Welcome to Inspiring You. If we've met, I'm Henry. So, there is a rare astrological blue moon this week on July 21st, 2024. We are greeted with the second Capricorn full moon of the year, the first gray star skies on June 21st, marking the start of Capricorn season. Now, as the second full moon in Capricorn arrives at this conclusion, if you will, this culmination of our journey, if you will. And we will be talking about a little more about that. But with all full moons, it really marks a time of culmination and possibly emotional release. Also, it could be emotional intensity. And this one, though, the particular focus is a balance between private life and public life. So, this full moon is an opportunity to really look at our emotions, looking at what needs to possibly process, be in completion of. Is there anything being called to be released? And also just giving recognition to them, giving them love and acceptance they deserve. In return, they will show us our power and clear path to our intuition. So, because remember, there is wisdom that is being held there for us. So, let yourself receive it. So, this week's full moon is, as I mentioned, the second full moon in Capricorn, and it is a rare phenomenon that signals opportunities for second chances and changes, especially related to long term goals. And so, with that, it is time to balance. We've been talking a lot about balance in regard to commitments to self, career, family, and the energy we've been feeling needs also to be possibly expressed, or something maybe need to be cleared. And this full moon sheds light on also if there's any kind of internal conflicts that are needing to come to the surface, and it brings the emotions to the surface to then process, download the wisdom, be in completion of. And with this, sometimes this moon is also called the buck moon. It's a name that refers to the fact in the US, the antlers of the male deers or bucks are full grown this month. So the buck moon signifies a time for regeneration and renewal. So it is a time then to reflect on your aspirations, goals, and the way you've been navigating also the concept of ambition, success. And because Sunday, July 21st, the full moon in Capricorn will be glowing brightly in the night sky, shining on a light on where we forego our own aspirations for the sake maybe of perceived success, or maybe there's some fear of success, or maybe you're being called to start a new chapter and there's some fear there as well. And so you just want to look at, like, is there anything being called to be cleared? Is there any wisdom coming in? And letting yourself be guided by your higher self, your intuition, and utilizing the cosmic energies to support you. So this full moon forms a conjunction with Pluto, while also harmoniously connecting with Neptune, Mars, Uranus, alignments that positively support ambitions and dreams. And with that, a sense of urgency pushes us towards decisive actions, powerful realizations. So you do want to take some time, though, to reflect, take some time to think back to the end of June. Was there something weighing on your heart? Were there feelings or of doubt or unease? Perhaps there was a responsibility you need to address, but you haven't yet. Whatever was burdening you in late June is likely to resurface now, demanding resolution. The story you've been navigating is about to reach its climax. So, endings, as we know in this human experience, humaning can be so amazing and incredible, but also challenging and difficult, and endings can be tough. So, you want to bring in compassion for your human, but with endings, even though they can be tough, they can often bring clarity and insight. So when a chapter concludes, there's typically no more ambiguity, just a clear recognition that it's over. Embracing these endings allow us to step into new beginnings more easily. Of course, though, in our humaning, it's really simple. It's really not as simple as we may want it to be, even though when we're in it, we're like, oh, wait, I did shift and now it's an effortless flow. The beauty of being human. So, with that, as you prepare to embrace the energy of Capricorn full moon, take a moment to breathe, reflect. Full moons are known for their powerful influence on our emotions, often illuminating truth where we may have been avoiding. This lunar event isn't just about endings, it's also about revelations, clarity. Quite often, the light of the full moon brings those hidden aspects of our lives to surface, asking us to confront our fears, doubts. It's a cosmic wake up call to address what is no longer supporting us and to realign to our divine design, to our divine blueprint, to our true purpose, our higher calling, if you will. So, what should you do? Start by acknowledging what's surfacing. Allow yourself to feel the feels. Allow yourself to feel whatever emotions arise without judgment. Use your mindfulness tools. Use your energy healing tools as well. Use your meditation tools. Use all the tools, friends. Also, you can journal, reflect. This is a time for inner work and reflection. Write down your thoughts or share them with someone else you trust that can hold sacred space. Sometimes just voicing your concerns can really provide immense relief and perspective. So, the full moon in Capricorn is particularly powerful as Capricorn governs structure, responsibility, and long term goals. This is the time to seriously consider what you want to build in your life. Are there loose ends that need tying up? Projects that need completion? Capricorn's energy will support you in bringing those to fruition. Furthermore, this full moon brings an opportunity to balance our personal ambitions with our emotional well being. It reminds us that while striving for success and achievement is important, so is taking care of our emotional, mental, and physical health. Use this celestial energy and the celestial event to find a harmonious balance between the two. So, as you navigate this transformative period, keep in mind each phase of the moon offers a chance for personal growth, insight, a journey from the first full moon in Capricorn to the second symbolizes a path of reflection, action, and resolution. By the time the next full moon graces the sky, you'll have a clearer understanding of your path forward. So it is time to reflect, my friends. I cannot say this enough. It is time to reflect on your aspirations, goals, and the way you navigate the concept of ambition. That is right. So let yourself take some time, my friends. And also, just to note, usually have we usually can have like 12 full moons per year, each taking a place in a different zodiac sign. However, in 2024, it delivers two full moons in the signs of Capricorn. So the ambitious sea goat that rules our ambitions, public image, approach to structure, and long-term goals. So really, the universe is like, hey, y'all, we're coming in to support you, bringing this in. And so that's also just something to know. And that's the crucial difference between these full moons is the influence of Capricorn's ruling planet Saturn. So you can imagine a ruling planet as being like a conductor in an orchestra. It controls the tempo, the dynamics, and the entire expression of music. So during the first full moon that took place on June 21st, Saturn was direct, meaning it was conducting in its usual manner. Since this is a ringed planet of responsibility, timekeeping, and boundaries, then the last Capricorn full moon is likely to have brought up possible issues surrounding aspirations, ideas of success, and attitudes in regard to work. And so you want to look at that. And however, in the interim period of the last 4 weeks, Saturn stationed retrograde in Pisces, triggering a period of deep internal reflection. So with all that, when planets are in retrograde, it just gives us a chance to embrace the re's reflection, reassessment, realignment, restructuring. So reflection, reassessment, realignment, restructuring. And when Saturn is retrograde in Pisces, it's a prime time to notice where a desire for where is there any desire for too much control that maybe has you losing touch with your intuition, creative flow, and compassionate nature. So you want to check in on that. And also, and I'm just going to say that again. So when Saturn is retrograde in Pisces, it's a prime time to notice where a desire is for too much control has made you lose touch with intuition, creative flow, and compassionate nature. Especially in regard to others. Are you trying to control the situations that are outside of you? And with that, is it causing you to go out of alignment and maybe causing some tension? So check in because Saturn is also associated with boundaries in life. And also with that, friends, with as much information that we have, there's a lot we don't know. And so that's where you have to understand wherever somebody is in their divine design, it might be exactly where they need to be. You might just not understand it. And it might be the exact lesson that they're calling in for. And so letting yourself then be mindful and use tools to support yourself, which also then will support having healthier relationships, with the people in your life. So Saturn is associated with boundaries in life, and now it's in retrograde. We have a wonderful opportunity to restructure our own systems in life in a way that supports our higher visions and most longed for desires. Because this is the second Capricorn full moon, you may feel more fluid. It will infuse you with more of a far dreamier approach to your goals. You'll notice where your boundaries you've been working to maintain over the last 4 weeks are paying off. It will also become apparent where a drastic new approach to how you structure your life is necessary. And y'all, I have been in all of that. This happened to me a couple of weeks ago. And that's kind of how I knew, like, oh, wow, yes, this full moon is coming in to do this, because I did a pretty big restructuring in some ways in my life. And it's been really interesting. And a lot of ways, there's just been a lot more freedom and just rejuvenation for my human. So with that, though, I did have to take time to reflect and see where I was in the experience and what I was being called to next. Okay, so with all of this, this will be this will also, in terms of the second full moon, it's going to also connect in terms of the sun, and then the sun and the moon is connecting with Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, fantasy. And so the first Capricorn full moon was connecting to the challenging aspect of Neptune. So it might be useful to look back to this last month and notice where you felt especially maybe challenged, confused, indecisive, or even, anxious or even out of touch with your intuition. Because that is going to give you some clues and information on what is possibly needing to be cleared, what is asking you to reflect and possibly, to allow you to shift into realignment on another aspect. Conversely, though, July 21st, you may really feel boosted with intuitive awareness and the capacity to visualize your desires free from fear and inhibitions. We are really clearing, from the matrix in a whole nother way. So make the most of this by engaging in, energy healing meditations, self-awareness, also journaling, allowing yourself to do nature walks, reflect also on the lessons that you've learned in the past 4 weeks. And with all this too, Mars has also been in the mix, forming harmonious aspects to both Neptune and Pluto. This moon is all about power, redefining what you want, letting your dreams run wild, embracing the motivation to push through limitations and forge an independent path that feels inspiring and exciting. Also note that Venus, representing pleasure in our value system, will be forming a positive aspect with Jupiter, the benevolent planet of good fortune, abundance, and expansion, which brings potential financial gain, travel opportunities, self-confidence, and lucky breaks when you trust in the outcome. And that's where trusting in the highest good as well. And remember, my friends, it's all about, in this experience, we can be nervous about something, but connecting into that energy of courage, bravery, letting yourself take that leap of faith when you're feeling like you're being called to, because that can really lead to a catalyst for major transformation in your life, which then, with it, let's just kind of look at some of the aspects for reflection to support you this month. So, how to make the most out of the July full moon in Capricorn. 1, reflect. Think back to think back to this time last month over the full moon in Capricorn. That took place June 21st. If you can, return to your journaling, look at photos, look at messages around the time to jog your memory. What do you feel you were struggling with most a month ago? Where were you being asked to really get real about what it is that you want in your life? What is happening? Really be honest with yourself where you lacked boundaries and structure. What were your primary emotions around this moon regarding your comfort zone? Did you create definitive time-specific goals with the intention of moving towards your true ambitions? With that, the next step would be analyze. Consider this period of the last 4 weeks. What fears came up? What emotional baggage have you been urging to be shed? Is there anything that occurred which prevented you from actually moving forward? And where did you, and also with this, did you lean into the discomfort, or did you use your tools and process the wisdom to clear, to allow yourself to shift? Remember, it's not right, wrong, good or bad. There's an isness. So letting yourself use the tools. It can also be useful to ask yourself if there's any reality checks that forced you to assess your dreams and goals, and ensure also where you are in the experience in terms of, moving forward. Okay, so with this then, the second Capricorn full moon, as the second Capricorn full moon rises, you may feel a noticeable shift. It's as if a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Perhaps you've navigated through a challenging period, but now you're emerging on the other side. You might feel like the universe was putting you through the ringer, but now you're finally able to take a deep breath. So the Capricorn full moon in June likely maybe have brought hard work and tough lessons. However, the closing of the chapter ushers a sense of peace and maybe even joy of, coming through it and having shifted and expanded and having your consciousness expanded. So you've completed your challenge, you've reached your peak, the full picture is in view, and with it, a sense of wholeness and fulfillment is within the grasp. So while you might need to wait for the July full moon to fully experience this sense of fulfillment, it seems that the universe is already rewarding you effortlessly and with generosity. The next step would be, in terms of, when we're doing this, you reflect, you analyze, and part of it is really to let yourself have those moments to reflect. And it's really important to look at where you are in the experience. But after you reflect, after you've also maybe like investigated, maybe you've analyzed, then celebrate. Make sure to celebrate, because that's a big part of it in this human experience. The second full moon on July 21st is an excellent time to welcome new opportunities that have unfolded over the past 4 weeks. Look at where the universe has seemed to support you and consider how you will embrace these cosmic signals. Now that you've started the process, dream big about what you can achieve. Create a vision board. If you do Reiki, set intentions and goals and Reiki them. If you are in the Patreon, send me your intentions. If you are in one of the levels where we do intention setting, send them and we will Reiki them and print them out and put them in the Reiki box. Reevaluate and redefine your structure in the light of your renewed drive towards your ambitions. Celebrate your achievements and your accomplishments. Celebrate being human. It is so important to be a cheerleader to yourself. Cheerlead yourself. Woo! It is so important to celebrate. And importantly, the second full moon is about giving yourself the freedom to be creative when thinking about structure and boundaries. So if you have put in the work over the last 4 weeks, you'll have gained valuable insights about yourself and what benefits you. New methods and approaches will have come to light, potentially transforming your entire concept of success. So with that, let yourself use these tools to support yourself. During this July full moon, Eris, the warrior goddess, makes her presence felt, stirring up possible intense emotions and also urging us to stand our ground. Known as the sister to Mars, Eris, which is spelled Eris, shares a fiery spirit and can ignite our emotions, but her ultimate goal is to restore harmony. So often also referred to as the goddess of discord and strife, Eris doesn't create turmoil just for the sake of it. Instead, she exposes underlying issues, bringing them to light so we can address and resolve them. Her ability to reveal hidden discord empowers us to achieve true harmony. So, but both Eris and the Capricorn moon confront challenges head on. The potent combination may compel us to face and tackle everything that arises. To achieve a fresh start, we must be willing to address all lingering issues. And with that, my friends, Capricorn is also symbolized by the sea goat, a mythical creature that is part goat, part fish. This extraordinary being stands out from other animals, finding its true gifts only when it embraces its unique nature and learns to navigate both land and water. So when the sea goat masters both walking and swimming, truly leaning into the dual experience, it discovers the enchanting wonders of both mountains and seas. It becomes unparalleled, a creature unlike any other. So under this full moon, we too can draw inspiration from the sea goat's message. So reflect on how you can embrace your individuality and your unique circumstances, how you can take charge of your life and unlock the magic that awaits you. The energy of the sea goat will guide us on this journey until the December solstice, but the perfect moment to begin is under the July full moon, the final Capricorn full moon of the year. And also, this brings in then a rebirth is on the way. It is remarkable how the universe has gifted us with these two full moons in Capricorn this year. Full moons are again all about release, while Capricorns deal with the weighty matters. This might just be the universe's way of giving us the green light to let go of our burdens and say, enough. You're no longer obligated to carry what's weighing you down. And y'all, I definitely had some moments like that in the last couple of weeks where I was like, okay, done carrying this burden. Let us lighten the load. Got the green light. I saw it, heard it, and I am there for it in terms of bringing in harmony for, for the human. So the Capricorn full moon can certainly also with this, though, it can feel it could overload us, but it also offers a chance to let go. So make sure to use your tools, friends. Use your tools and embrace this opportunity. Give yourself the grace to release anything that is heavy, letting light fill in the spaces for the highest good. Because this full moon aligns closely also with Pluto, the planet of transformation in rebirth. Situated in Aquarius, this near alignment is called an out of sign conjunction. So Pluto's energy hints at new beginnings rising from the ashes. Although it might seem just beyond our grasp, patience will be essential as we await the unfolding of this rebirth. So let go of what's heavy. Let go of what is no longer beneficial for you. You deserve a lighter load. Remembering a transformation is on the horizon if you haven't already shifted. So let yourself know that the second full moon is inviting you also to explore creativity within structure and boundaries. It is a time to embrace new ways of defining in terms of your aspects of your humaning. And also know that over the past 4 weeks, if you've been making the effort, you've likely discovered a lot about yourself and what truly benefits you. And new strategies might have also emerged, and there might be a whole idea of success may have also completely been reimagined. So, here are also some journal prompts for July 2024, full moon in Capricorn. So, as you are looking over these last 4 weeks, what have you been inspired by? What are you feeling in terms of beneficially aspect that maybe you feel proud of for in your beingness? Or what am I proud of letting myself in regard to understanding, learning, growing, and evolving? What am I proud of in terms of some of my successes or of achieving over the last 4 weeks? And yeah, it could be just like, you know what? I'm getting out of bed every morning at this time and I'm starting to meditate. Or it could be, I've changed like the slightest habit, or it could just be, y'all, I'm here and I'm living and I'm doing it. It could be things like that. So, and also within this, how has my perception of success changed? So how has my perception of what success means changed? How has my perception of what success means changed? Mine has definitely changed. Especially when I look back from when I worked in television. Woo! Also, what boundaries am I now committed to keeping? Okay, everyone, I had a huge shift in my boundaries in relationship to my human and creating healthy boundaries, and also in my relationship with giving and receiving, and with that in and about support. Not only just me supporting others, but letting myself receive support, and also letting me be in harmony and balance with giving and receiving in terms of support. And also what that means with my relationship to work and personal life, which is, we've talked about work and personal life quite a bit in the beginning of this. My work and personal life, I had a whole shifting in that, and really making new standards for myself and giving my human just even more opportunity to relish in having time off and really setting healthy boundaries for that. It was a huge shift. There were some leftover lingering aspects from working in television that was ready to be cleared out of the dustbin. And I definitely felt a huge shift. So you want to look at that then. Where are you in regards to your boundaries? What boundaries am I now committed to keeping? Also, what limiting beliefs and stories am I ready to release and leave behind and let go of during this full moon, and allow myself to create new ways of being and a new storyline, or even getting onto a new timeline for the highest good. So it is no coincidence that this full moon is just, in terms of everything that we've been experiencing, as we are going to be then transitioning into Leo season, a period to embrace your most authentic, light, expressive self, your higher self soul. Leo season is your time to shine. I mean, I feel like it's always your time to shine. But in terms of Leo, really connecting to that light, authentic self in a whole nother way. But most importantly, letting yourself align with the cosmic energies to support you. And these two full moons in Capricorn just providing this incredible, perfect launch pad to do so. So with everything though, my friends, always remember that you have the capabilities within you, you have the tools, and just keep connecting for your insight. And remember that you are an amazing, empowered creator, and that even if the night seems dark, the full moon's light provides guidance. Connect to your higher self soul, connect to your spirit guide teams for the highest good. Let yourself embrace the support, learn from it, and with any cosmic energy, using its beneficial energy to support you, to propel you into a brighter future. With that, happy, happy full moon. Before we go, we always want to delink. So say this after me if it resonates. Ask to release from this talk. I ask to break the links from this talk. I ask to break the Reiki links. I ask to break the links from this podcast from YouTube, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. I also ask to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask that light, Reiki, fill the void, cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for my highest good with ease and grace. And so it is. May peace with all of you. Thank you so much for joining me, my friends.